What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. And here we're going to do rapid fire news because I have a lot to cover today. And I have two important videos that I need to get out. And stay tuned to the end because you're going to want to see this. So, Bank of America announces zero down payment, zero closing cost mortgages for Black and Hispanic first time home buyers. This is happening in Charlotte, Dallas, Detroit, LA, Miami for the first time. And these ethnicities will be the ones that will be able to get this offering. Folks, like Wall Street Silver says, 2008 called, they like their mortgages back. These people are getting into a really, it's a trap. It's a debt trap. And what's going to happen is they're going to end up uh, getting a foreclosure. It's you're allowing people who um no are known, like their demographic is known to um suffer most economically, and you're targeting those people, folks. Not a good sign. And it's not anything against um the Black or Hispanic groups. No, it's just that the demographics just so happen to be that these are the people that are not financially stable, and it's unfortunate, but it's you gotta call facts for what they are. Here we're going to see multi-generational families under one roof during this depression, and here's one of the reasons why. That's what he says. So this person pays about 126 um, pounds per month for gas and electricity combined and living alone. And if that's the case, how are they supposed to afford this? It doesn't work out. It doesn't pan out, folks. This great reset is gonna bring a lot of pain. You're gonna see hordes of families under one roof. And this is the video I want to show you, but I'm gonna save it for a little later here. Okay. The next thing I want to show you is Belgium electric bills have gone up 57% more expensive than a year ago. Natural gas is over 106%, almost 107% more expensive than last year in the month of August. Uh, Egypt, they start rationing electricity to conserve foreign reserves as grain prices rise. Folks, this is not everything. Remember, I said 2022 was the pivotal year. This is the year we're changing from the abundance we once had. This is heading into the new world in which everything is changed. There's shortages, there's high prices, and they're gonna force people into doing what they want, because if you don't have food, what are you gonna do? Nothing else matters. You need food for your survival. German Finance Minister Robert Habeck raises the alarm as local companies have stopped production altogether due to sky high gas and electricity prices. It says companies are experiencing sheer angst, he said. And you know what's even crazier? This is during the month of August when we're still in the summer. What is that going to look like when we head into the winter? What's happening in Europe is going to be coming down here to the west. So you got to pay close attention, because it's going to get harder and harder and harder. That's why I put a lot of emphasis on preparation. Look, preparation looks different for everyone. There's channels that are specifically for preppers, that they talk about different things that you can do. You see what's good for yourself. What I want to do is provide the information so that you can see what's coming down the line 6 months before it even happens, or even a year before it happens. And then it's up to you to do your preparation for you and your family. And so here is a great explanation of the debt situation. And I mean, when you hear numbers like this, you know we're not in for a smooth ride.
We've talked about Japan, but people usually think, well, the U.S. is fine. Yeah, they're running their debt to GDP is over 100%, and now if you look at it, it's 137%. We've been running deficits for a long time. It's not that big of a deal. Then when you stop and you think about it, and you actually do the math like it was a company. You're running your operation and you've got your expenses, and you will borrow money at cheap rates in order to put leverage on your balance sheet to grow faster, grow quicker. So we can do that. But the problem is now we're running deficits that are so large that when you just pull out the big pieces, you kind of condense it down and isolate out the big pieces. You've got your entitlement spending, you've got your interest on your debt, and those should be less than your tax revenues, right? And right now they're estimating $4.8 trillion of taxes. Well, when you take out $3.7 trillion of entitlements, now those are in legislation. Those are not flexible. Like that's got to be paid, right?
Yeah.
And you estimate $800 billion for defense spending. Well, you're left over with $300 billion for interest expense. But we're currently running interest expense at $400 billion. So it doesn't take a math genius to figure out that we're running in a deficit. First of all, that's a problem. So how do you cover that? You can either raise taxes, which actually negatively impacts your GDP in the long run, right? So your productivity goes down if you raise taxes. You can cut entitlements. That's not popular, especially in an election year. So no politician likes to cut entitlements. No politician likes to cut spending. And the other thing you could do is you could borrow. You could just issue more debt, which is exactly what we're doing, right? So you issue more debt to cover that deficit, but you know and I know that we've been talking about this for a long time. The problem is you're issuing more debt into a rising interest rate environment. And so as you're borrowing money that's more expensive. You're putting more debt on your balance sheet that you have to pay off with higher interest rates.
And that, folks, is a quick way to go out of business. Okay? Man, there is just so much to say. But global world household incomes are crashing. Boom, straight down the floor. Check this out.
This is the start of the climate wars. Jackson, Mississippi has no drinkable water and will not indefinitely. Their main water reservoirs failed, so they have no water pressure to fight fires, to flush toilets, to take showers, to drink. They just don't have it, and they're being told, the citizens of Jackson, that if they do have water, running water in their house, not to even touch it, because it's the raw water from the reservoir. So it's not filtered, nothing. It's just being pushed through the pipes. While they did say they're going to start distributing water for drinking, bathing, cooking, things like that, this is the scene in front of the governor's mansion. Yeah, Tate Reeves has his very own personal water truck just tapped right into the governor's mansion. That's the future, where the rich have resources and the poor are struggling with sewage.
Okay, and this is straight from the governor. Check this out.
Do not drink the water. In too many cases, it is raw water from the reservoir being pushed through the pipes. At the end of last week, I was briefed by the State Health Department on the discovery that Jackson's main water treatment facility has been operating with zero redundancies. We were told on Friday that there was no way to predict exactly when, but that it was a near certainty that Jackson would fail to produce running water sometime in the next several weeks or months if something did not materially improve. Unfortunately, that failure appears to have begun today. Until it is fixed, it means we do not have reliable running water at scale. It means the city cannot produce enough water to fight fires, to reliably flush toilets, and to meet other critical needs. Do not.
And now you see why this video was so critical. Folks, prepare, because what's coming down the pipeline. If you've been with this channel, you've known that I said 2022 was a pivotal year. You can check the videos. This is the pivotal year. And now you're starting to see it's going from one crisis to the next. This is the climate emergency crisis. And it's about to get a lot worse. Like Klaus said, that the cerveza sickness will seem like a small disturbance in relation to what's going to come. Okay, so thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.